Wanna know who you think you are, cause I've been it. Hey y'all, so I am still getting used to not only my new camera, but the camera is on a new tripod. And I am unsure if this camera actually fits this tripod. The man at Best Buy said that it did, but it is not. Oh, okay, that might help. It is not, that helped with that, but it's not secure on the screw. Like how my other camera would just screw onto that tripod. That did not easily do that. I don't know if it's because I have the protective case on it or what, but it's not giving secure, stable match at all, okay? So this is my next story time. I don't know how to start my videos. These are the braids that I did myself before vacation, and they've been in for like a week. They were not supposed to last that long anyway, so I did good because it definitely started like frizzing up and stuff up here. So I'm just gonna take these down and I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I bought some products, Garnier Fructis. I'm either going to press it out or style it with, but I can't tell what I'm gonna do. So after the last story time, I don't even know how long my real hair is. It should not be at this rubber band though, but that would be crazy. After my last story time, which I really enjoyed making, I asked Instagram, y'all, my hair is not all that down here. I asked y'all to vote on what my next story time would be. If you haven't watched the first one about how I went home with a total stranger in New Orleans, you should check that out. But I asked y'all what my next story time should be, and the three choices were our trip to Miami, my narcissistic boyfriend, or my worst date ever. There go my hair. Y'all voted for worst date ever. So wouldn't be like me if I didn't preface this a little bit, especially with recently going on a couple dates and dating a little bit more than usual this year, which I have stopped doing for different reasons. If y'all follow me on Pretty Daisy, you will know why I stopped doing that. Anyways, I have been on a lot of good dates. That's why I threw that in there. I have been on a lot of good dates. I have not been on a lot of dates. I probably haven't been on as many dates as I could have been on, but I've been on enough. And I must say, I think I know why I don't enjoy dates and going on dates and stuff, but I have definitely been on good dates. This, I don't even know, like, I'm just trying to make sure I'm not messing up my hair. I never even should have been talking to this person. So let's start there. You know how you can have like them 2-week trials with people for real? That's what that was. And old me, had I told this story in a season previous to now, I probably would have really like came for him. But I'm not going to do that because he's not a horrible person. He just was not for me, and I knew better, right? And also my mom told me another story I should tell y'all after she had watched the other one. Anyways, he's not a horrible person. He just wasn't for me, and I knew that, but just the place that I was in, it made it real easy to even like agree to link up with him to begin with. So it was, like I said, like a 2-week trial. I was, trying to see him. He was trying to see me. And it was just really weird, like the whole time. And I was just not in a good place. Like, I cannot stress this enough. I was not in a good place. And I remember we would talk on the phone all the time. Like, he did like to do that. We would talk on the phone. And I remember this one day, I think this was before we hung out, he was like, I almost told you I loved you. And I was like, yeah, that's crazy, because it was weird because I almost said it back, right? I'll be too honest with y'all on this camera. And so I finally get him to like agree to like what we doing and when we doing it, and that in itself should have been a red flag, because why am I working so hard to get you to agree to what we doing and when we're doing it? Like I said, I've been on enough dates to know what a good one is, and like I was grown enough at that time because I had my own apartment. I was living by myself, so I was probably 24. I was probably 24. And y'all know I've been living by myself on my own since I was 23. And I have a good job. I had a good job at the time. I got my own car, all those things, you know. And yeah. So a good date, the man is just gonna be like, this is what we're doing, and like either you want to go with him or you don't, or he'll ask you like, you want to go out with me, you want to do something sometime? He's like, yeah, let's do it. He was being like really weird, and he was trying to like kick it. Like, you know how like you have those relationships with people where y'all really might not go on dates. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, because you know, some of my favorite situations I was in life, we didn't go out on dates. Like, we did kick it, but it was like we had some type of history or something where we just wasn't going on dates, and I was okay with that, and they were too. But out the gate, you shouldn't just be trying to come over to my house like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't be doing that. I hope that's making sense what I just said. And so we made the plans, and the boy phone stops working. Like, text not going through, calls not going through. Mind y'all, I'm talking to this man on the phone. We be texting, and if we want to video chat, he will call me on FaceTime Messenger. So all of a sudden, the day of the day, and now that I'm saying this, I feel like this might have happened, and he forced, and like all this happened, and I was like, you know what, don't even worry about it. But then he was like begging me for another chance, and so I gave it to him. But honestly, I can't remember. But I just know I was like, I've been here, done that, and I'm too grown to be going through this again. And I sat up there and went through it again. Anyways, he kind of disappeared, and I had his sister's number. I feel like he had called me from her number one time. And this is back when I used to be like, not right in the head at all. Because looking back, why would I call this man's sister? Now, granted, I wasn't acting crazy. I was just worried about him. Like, he's not answering. Is he alive? And that goes back to my own traumas and issues and such, right? So I was genuinely worried about him. Not thinking it's like when I was in high school and old buddy was like, no, y'all, I went through a lot. Like, I've had boyfriends, whatever, disappear, and really they was in jail. Like, I didn't know what was going on. He just wasn't responding, okay? So I called his sister or text her, and I was like, hey, have you heard from him? Like, is he okay? And she was like, girl, yeah, ain't nothing wrong with him. And then after I had did that, all of a sudden his phone is working again. So I don't know if he was trying to see if I cared. I don't know if maybe his phone really was off at that moment and he had just got it turned back on when I had reached out to his sister. I don't know what was going on. I didn't like it though. I know that much. And so, I really didn't think this through, like how I was gonna tell the story. I was just like, we just gonna buy it. So, he finally like pick up his phone, and he is supposed to be getting me for the day and stuff. You know, I think we said we was gonna go to the movies, so he's gonna pick me up, take me to the movies. And if you don't want to do that, I'll meet you at the movies, especially if it's like the first day. Like even now, like I kind of don't want to get picked up the first time I meet you. Like for somebody who I've already known and we have that history, and then like maybe we just been friends this whole time and this is our first date, that's kind of different, you know? But like, you a stranger. So he's like, this stuff went on his phone, his something wrong with his car, all this stuff. And then come to find out it wasn't his car. Dang, I really should have sat down and thought through all of this, because I'm trying to actively remember the details while I take out my hair. Anyways, it wasn't his car, it's his mama's car. So I get mad, not because he don't have a car, but because he thought I was the type that would like, you know, judge him for that. I got mad because it was like, why lie about it? So he was upset and dodging me because he wasn't gonna actually have his mama's car that night. His mama was like, no. Now, I don't remember if this happened before or after we actually linked up, but I had actually talked to his mom too. So it was already given kind of like weird. I'm not gonna hold y'all because it was happening too fast. I look back now and I'm like, definitely dodged a narcissistic situation, and I'm grateful for that. But like his mama was very eager, and I was arguably like his sister too. They were very eager for me to like take him off of their hands. No, like that's weird. That's a weird vibe. That's a very weird vibe. Like, I look back now, I'm like, red flag, red flag, red flag. And I would just kind of laugh and joke it off, like, oh, okay, mama. Mind y'all, this is happening really fast, though. I didn't talk to that boy that long. Like, I didn't. And so, he couldn't get his mama car. I was like, I don't even understand why you would just tell me that, because we could have redid the plans or whatever, which is exactly what we did. So, this about to be quick. I'm glad, because it ain't all doing too much to take this hair down either. So, I agree. Like, I'll just come get you from your mama's house. I knew he wasn't living on his own. Not like that. They had family stuff going on. I wasn't judging him for that. Like, I'm not that type. But it's when you get to lying and you start to acting funny. And then I have to be like, no, wait a minute. You get what I'm saying? So, I agreed to go get him. And we were going to go to Zaxby's. Right away, he get in the car after I picked him up from his mama's house. And I don't know if it's because he was nervous or what. You know what? If I actually had something to do, this is not a bad start. This is not a bad foundation, how my hair has waved up. Anyways, I don't know if it's because he was nervous or what, but he was like trying to like argue with me, and he'd never seen me in real life, and he was arguing with me about which like Zaxby's we should go to. Mind y'all, we're not going on like a real date. Like, yes, I just said Zaxby's. So he telling me like, why would you go to that one? I'm like, because that's someone close to my house. Like, why would I not go to that one? So it was just like a little dumb argument. And I feel like in that moment though, I knew I didn't like him, because that was real, like, and it wasn't funny. I'm pretty sure he was older than me. I don't know how much older, but again, y'all, I'm 24. I live on my own, doing my own thing, on my own thug thizzle, but I was just doing too much. So while we're talking, so now I gotta rewind so that y'all will understand how these things progressed. While we're talking, he jokes often, and not even really jokes, but like about how he is addicted to, well, he swore he wasn't addicted. He was addicted though. Addicted to, can I even say this on the camera, on the internet? I don't even know. I'm gonna have to ask my parents before I upload this. I might just have to bleep it out. Yeah. So he's addicted to Percocets. My Percocets. I'm pretty sure that's the exact song he was singing to me when he was telling me about it. And like, if you do it every day, you are definitely addicted. I didn't know what I know now. I didn't. So, and I think he smoked cigarettes, and I was telling him like, no, I don't fool with cigarettes. Like, I got asthma. And so I knew it wasn't gonna be nothing serious anyways, but it was still kind of like, So, either the day of, when I was supposed to see him, or the day before, he would like three-way me on his phone calls. Like, and I thought that was weird too, because what are you doing? Anyways, I was like on the phone with him and his friend or his plug, I don't know. And he was getting some, and then he was telling his friend like, they look different this time. Like, I don't know, man. They was like laughing. Me being me, that was not funny to me. Like, I was just on the phone like, okay, clearly bored. Clearly needed to get a life. Clearly needed to be spending time with Jesus. Me. I'm talking about me. And so I remember, I don't think I told my mom about this until after how the date went. The link went. So I already knew he had bought some new ones. And he was like skeptical of them. This man decides to pop the first one when I go pick him up. Now y'all, I don't be around people who be doing that. Like, it's me, Megan. Like, it's me, Megan. And I didn't know he took it. This is how I find out he took it. And he, of course, later blames it on the fact that, like, he was nervous and this. Boy, bye. That is not flattering. Anywho, so we low-key did the little argument about like which Zaxby's we was going to, and I was like, we're going to the one by my house since I had to come pick you up and take you to my house, which I never even would have went there with him had he just been cool. But it's the fact that you doing the most, and so now I gotta like remind you of these circumstances, right? So we're in the Zaxby's drive-thru. There was two things that stand out about the Zaxby's drive-thru, and my mama just thinks it's so funny. It's not funny to me. And this is when I knew for sure, like, I do not like this boy. I really should have like took him back to his mama's house right then and there. I'm asking him like what he want. I'm ordering my Norm. Y'all, this man is falling asleep, but not like, it's not like. Again, I ain't never seen nobody on no drugs like that. Like, oh no, I have never seen that in my life, okay? Ever. And I really don't think I can put this on the internet. Like, I'm gonna have to bleep a lot of this out. Anyways, I've never witnessed that. So he is like talking, but like nodding off while he's talking to me. But like, intensely. Like, it ain't like, oh, just sleepy dozing off. Like, he like passing out. Like, and so I'm freaking out thinking like, oh, this man is ODing. He done took like a bad pill. Oh my God, you know, freaking out. I really don't think I could post this on the internet. This would have been such a good story time. Dang. So yeah, so I'm freaking out in the Zaxby's drive-thru like, dude, wake up. Like, and I think he told me then, like, he don't know he should have took that pill. And I was like, are you serious? Hilarious. Ooh, Lord, thank you for keeping me safe. So he finally like kind of wakes up because I'm like really loud and like screaming, freaking out. And I think I had said like, I'm taking you back to your mama house. I said, I'm not taking you to the emergency room. Those words came out my mouth. I was like, I'm not taking you to the emergency room. I'm taking you to your mama house. He was like, I'm fine. I'm gonna stay up. I cannot believe I sat there and went through all that. So Zaxby's for two people is like what? It ain't a lot of money. And he was like, he paid for it as he should have, because I just picked you up from your mama house. And I'm really not like that, but I feel like he brought that out of me. Anyways, so maybe I am like that. I don't know. And he paid for it with a 20, and he was like, you can keep the $5. Like he had did something. Sir, you are overdosing on pills in my passenger seat. I just had to come get you from your mama house. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? And you're talking to me like this $5 means something to me. I need at least 10, if not more, for the gas to take you back, okay? So my hair looks really good. I love Shine and Jam. So I really should have took him back. Silly Megan. I didn't take him back. And I really should have. So I'm already annoyed at this point. I don't like him. In my head, I'm already like, I am never gonna talk to this boy again. And I mean never. Like, in my head, I already knew what was up. Y'all know, like, you've been there. Like, we're never linking up again. Ever. And so we get back to my house, and I have this very bad habit of like letting people into my space. Gotta stop doing that. And at this point, I'm like, we can watch a movie and then you leaving. Like, I'm taking you back to your mama's house. And he picked a movie. It was a movie I ain't never seen in my life. He was like, you ain't never seen this? I've never seen it, and I wish I could tell y'all the name of it. I feel like it's a classic Black people movie though, and I had never seen it. So there's that. So we're watching it, and then, you know, Laura, I don't want, my babies watch my channel sometimes, so I gotta be careful. But mind y'all, I'm grown, I'm 24. So we're watching it, and he tries to kiss me. I didn't like it. I didn't like the kiss. And I feel like that's very like, I also didn't have on nothing cute. Like, let me throw that out there too. I knew I didn't like him because it was like, I didn't even try for real. And I think I was irritated because we wasn't going to the movies. I had to go get him and bring him back to my house. And now that I think about it, I'm trying to think like, why didn't we go to the movies? Like, how did we still not go to the movies if I was driving? And so I didn't like it. You can tell if you like somebody when you kiss them. I didn't like it. I knew I didn't like him. I didn't like how he kissed, all of that. Like, I was like, ew, no. Like, we ain't going further than this for sure. I was different back then. I was different when I was 24. And he was irritated by that. Like, I think he could tell. but it was like, I wasn't feeling it. Like, I'm sorry. And so I thugged it out on the movie. But this man falls asleep on my couch like he lives there. Like, it's his apartment. He falls asleep on the couch. He laid out, sprawled out, having the best drug-induced sleep of his life. So I'm sitting there watching the movie, and at this point, I think I had to text my mama. Like, I cannot believe I let this man in my house. He has got to go. And she was like, Megan, have you lost your mind? Like, she freaking out. Typical mom fashion. Is it really a good story? My mama is not freaking out. I don't think it is. So she freaking out. Get him out of your house. You know. I'm like, no worries. As soon as this movie go off, he's leaving. So the movie go off, baby. Y'all, I'm putting my shoes on. Do you hear me? I'm putting my shoes on. I'm trying to see how long I've been recording. It don't tell me? Oh, 20 minutes. Baby, I'm putting my shoes on. Like, you gotta go. I'm taking you home now. Now he really upset because I didn't like kissing on him and stuff. And he had to go. And he was like, I just knew I was gonna spend the night. Dude, that's crazy. Because even if I liked you, you wasn't doing that. Cause that one time in New Orleans, that was a fluke. Like, not a fluke, but that was a one-time thing. Like, Megan, I don't move like that, okay? And so he was like, no, like I thought, no, you thought you was finna move in. Like, I could tell by how you fell asleep on the couch. You thought you was finna move in. Your mama and them been trying to push you off to me, and I'm not the one. Y'all, I really do have more sense than I be given in certain circumstances and situations, but I have a lot of sense. And he made me so uncomfortable and so like, get out. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. Like, you literally was ODing in my car. And in my mind, y'all, if that's normal to you, y'all might be listening like, that boy was not ODing. I don't care. I don't partake in those things, okay? So, in my mind and in my story, he was ODing in the passenger seat. And gave me $5. Like, boy. So, but thank you for the sassy stuff for real. Anyways. My shoes was on. Like, he looked devastated. Like, you was not gonna move up in here with me. Sorry. Like, that's literally what it was giving. And so I had to tell him, like, please come on. Like, I'm walking out of my house. You gotta come out of my house too. You slept through most of the movie. I don't know what you thought this was. And he knew I was just irritated. So y'all, get this. See, thank you. I almost forgot. I'm saying thank you. That's what I get. Is this my hair? Oh no, this is pretty hair. I think. Is that my hair? That can't be my hair. Is that my hair? Oh well. I almost forgot this part of the story. So he finally gave up the program. He pouting and stuff like a little boy. And we don't say much on the way back to his mama house. Like, I feel like at that point, like, baby, you knew that was a wrap. Stop it. Stop it. Okay? And he get out. I'm like, bye. But I literally knew, like, we ain't never gonna hang out again. Probably barely gonna talk. So I drop him off and I speeds on out there. Like, it was awkward though, the whole ride, because it was like, no. Like, you just know. Like, y'all, you know. And so I'm zooming up out of there. Y'all, please tell me why I get, like, I don't know if I pull up to my apartment or I'm really close to my apartment, but mind y'all, I live like on the other side of town during this time of my life. So like, it was still probably a good 15, 20 minutes distance between us. So I'm like back at the house and my phone ringing, but it's not, and it's late at night. Like, it ain't after midnight, but it's late. My phone ringing and it was either his mama or his sister's number. Again, I already had those numbers. How? I don't know. And so it's him, and he like, I left my phone in your car. Now, this is funny because, y'all, my nephew, when he was little, he used to take our stuff so we would have to come back. Like, he wasn't slick. Like, he would take our stuff and hide it in his backpack, and so we would have to come and get it. That's my baby. I love him. Okay? That's what he did when he was a baby. This grown man talking about something, he left his phone in my car. Mind you, I was ready for him to get, and he knew that. And I'm not saying he left it on purpose, but it was very much so given he left it on purpose. I don't know. And so I was like, you did not leave your phone in my car. He was like, I really think I did. So I pulled over at like a church like wherever close to where I was at. It's nighttime, so now I'm really mad because, and that's why I pulled over at a church, because it was like, it's late. Like, I have no business really being out like that, and definitely not stopping. Like, I've always been pretty mindful of that too. And I had to pull over at this church, get out the car, checking for all my surroundings. At that time, I didn't carry not a thing, so there was nothing on my persons if I needed it. And I'm trying to find this man's phone in my car. Now, y'all could be thinking, because I was just thinking, why didn't you just go back and look for the phone at his house? And I think I was trying to avoid even going back. Like, boy, your phone is not in my car, but I couldn't confirm that if I didn't actually look. Lo and behold, it's hidden over there on the passenger seat somewhere. I'm like, he put that there on purpose. But it also could have been the who knows? And so I was like, okay, I'm bringing it back. And I definitely had an attitude at this point. And he like, I just feel like you mad. I am. I absolutely am. Because I never even should have did this. I didn't say that, but in my mind, that's what I was thinking. So I took the phone back. And I didn't throw it at him or nothing. I was like, yeah, here you go. Yeah, and I think his mama was like waving at me from in the house. I think she had pulled up at that point, like, hey girl, like, hey mama. Like, you ain't never gonna see me again. Bye. Or talk to me. And I left. And so I'm texting my mama, like, and when I had told my mom, like, I gotta go back. She's like, why do you gotta go back? He left his phone in the car. Like, my mom was not helping. And so I finally get back home. I let my mommy know I'm back home, and he's trying to talk to me and stuff. I was still talking to him, but it was like, baby, it is not going no further than this. You got to know that. And because of like when we were in the first beginning talking stages, and like I said, I was not in a good place. So I was eating up the attention and giving it out. He also, to me, didn't look like how he looked, like in his pictures and stuff, and I think that threw me off too, because like, dang, like, not catfished, but like, you don't look like this. Like, maybe you used to look like this, like in the pictures, but you don't look like this now, which probably was the okay. So yeah, after that we fought some, and he was doing me like how I usually do dudes, and I was like, that's crazy. And he ended up blocking me on Facebook. I wasn't talking bad about him or nothing. I think he just hated seeing me, like my presence, because it was like, you know, like, ugh, that girl. And what's even crazier, this is my last break. This worked out perfectly. What's even crazier is when y'all voted the worst date. Now, mind y'all, I just told y'all he blocked me on Facebook, right? Cool. Don't care. I wasn't in love or anything. Y'all voted worst date, and he sent me a friend request on Facebook. Why y'all talk him up like that? I didn't accept it. It's sitting there. But I do hope he's doing good in life. I absolutely hope he's clean and sober. But like, he wasn't for me. And that was a horrible experience for me that I absolutely blame myself for. My standards and stuff. Oh, this ain't the last bread. I got one more. My standards and stuff are really different now. And it's really crazy to say that, because I went on a lot of good dates when I was in college. So I really don't know why I would do that. Like, I was really just desperate for attention, cause baby, absolutely not. Like, it was so many red flags, and I just ignored all of them. Like, I would never go for none of that now, and I do mean never. I don't remember how much older he was than me. I really don't. Like I said, it wasn't like no I wasn't in love or nothing, but it was definitely one of those things where like, because it was actually this other boy who also blocked me on Facebook. Was I out here menacing? No, that was my dog though. We used to talk on the phone. He didn't live here. But he had a lot going on, and I think he really liked me. And I think boys do that sometimes too, because they really like me and they know like it's not that with me. Like, that's not how I feel. And they just like, they don't want to see me. So they block me. But around this time, I'm saying all this because around this time, I was friends, because I wasn't sleeping with them. That other boy lives like in Florida. Like, I wasn't even seeing him. And even now, like, I'm just not like that. Like, I don't know. But I was friends with a few young men. and I was talking to them, texting them, talking to them regularly, on the phone with them, on the camera, you know, just getting to know them or whatever. But it was during a really difficult time in my life. And out of those 3, like I said, the 2 blocked me, but I'm still cool with the one. Because he was cool too. Now, we did have a little incident, but we cool now. That's all that matters. And that's not really story time worthy. But all this was right before COVID happened. So it was in 2019. I don't know what month it was or anything, but, and if it wasn't 2019, it was the beginning of 2020. Before COVID, but no, that was nuts. And that's it. That was my worst date experience ever. I have another one, but like, I didn't like him because he wanted to go Dutch. Is that what you call it? Baby, I'm too spoiled for that. I'm not paying for nothing. You the one who wanted to spend time with me. And he was playing with my time. And I think I blocked him because it was like, I don't have nothing to say to you. In all these instances, I really feel like God was letting me avoid narcissistic situations. I really do. Now, ultimately, I still landed in one. I still landed in one in 2020. All that hard work, I still landed in one. But look at that hair. It smells good too. But I feel like God was saving me, sparing me for some stuff I definitely wouldn't have known what to do with. So thank God for that. Thank y'all for coming to my first story time on my Sony camera. I'm gonna try my best to edit this to where I can leave it in, but I don't know. I should have did like code names or something for it, because it's not like I did it and, you know, but it's still like, I really don't know what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. So, okay, little bro. But that's it, y'all. I love y'all. We're gonna do more story times. Comment down below what you thought about that one. I know it was kind of like, I'm a little sleepy, so I hope it wasn't too spacey. But yeah, worst little date experience ever. See y'all later. I still don't know how to work this camera. Where's the button? There it is.